All right. Um, all right. For those of us, I just had to do a repeat call quickly because the initial recording that when we were live, the it went off. We lost network and we couldn't go through the process. So serious apologies for those of us that were on that call. But well, it's another opportunity for the people that will be connecting because we needed to have it to be consistent. It's a 90-day series. We've done 3 days, and this is like the fourth day. We needed it to be. We will have postponed it till the next session, but we needed. There's a timetable for it. I believe anytime you can always watch this. So thank you once again. My name is Olushola Popola, chartered accountant, investment advisor, and also a life coach. And we are on the series of training parents, financial intelligence for smart parents, financial intelligence for smart parents, giving their children a, a financial future. So from the beginning, we started with how do you have the mindset to have that financial intelligence. The mindset that you carry may not be the right one for you when you are thinking about financial intelligence. There are a lot of things that goes into it. So, do you have the right mindset? It does not matter where you are. It does not matter who you are. Financial intelligence is something that is very key and different from the books. Even as an accountant, nobody will teach you, oh, financial intelligence and things. You are taught to, you are trained to help people, help companies balance their accounts. But when it comes to personal finances, I can tell you a man can be successful in business and has no financial intelligence to pass on to his or her children. So this is why it is key. So we talked about the mindset. Then after talking about the mindset, we talk about setting of goals. How do you set goals? And that's where we now define success. That success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. What is that ideal? What is that goal that you are pursuing? You must be able to write it down, have it clear that this is my purpose, this is where I am going to, and this is how I'm going to get there. So write your goal. Of course, you've always had the word. Write the vision, make it plain. So when the vision is clear, you begin to know where to go. Whenever you set off, especially in a new year, on a trip that you did not plan, don't set up in a new year on a trip that you did not plan. Where are you going to in the new year? Do you have the goals? What will be driving you? What will you be waking up for? What will be the reason to get up every day and start moving? Those are your goals. And we talk about your goals being smart. So, by the way, if you have not watched the last episode, that's the first 3 days, I want to encourage you, go watch it. Go watch it, take the time, take the first, the second day, and the third day. It's a build up. So what we're going to be talking about today is a build up to what we've been having in the last few days. So we talk about your goals being smart, that you set smart goals. Your goal must be specific. It's not, I want to make a lot of money. Or I want my children to be rich, to be successful. Well, if you say you want your children to be successful, what's the definition of your own success? What is success to you? You must be able to define what success is to you. You want to have a lot of money. What is a lot of money to you? I just want a lot of money. You must have it. Most of the time people will say, their goal settings don't work. I've tried it, it's not working. But the truth is this, is you that have not worked it. But what we're going to be doing in this couple of days is to help us, guide us in the process of goal setting so that you can have goals, you can set goals and actually work them out. So your goal must be specific. The next thing is that your goal must be measurable. You must be able to measure to what extent have I gone. This is where I want to go. These are how far I've gone. If I'm traveling, to maybe from Lagos, I'm going to maybe Ibadan. I look at it, I say, okay, Lagos to Ibadan is 120 kilometers. If I'm going to Ibadan, I'm expected to use 1 hour. I've gone 60 kilometers. I have another 60 kilometers to go. So the goal is getting to Ibadan. I'm now able to measure my performance so far. The next thing that is important is your goal must be achievable. What are those things that you want, the goal that you have set? I can't say this year my intention is to get to the moon. I want to go to space in this year. Is that within my own space? Is that within is it possible? It's not that it's not possible, but within the space, is this something that I really want to do? That's why we said the next thing that comes after it is relevant. Your goal must be relevant to your purpose in life. So, going to space, is that what I need now? So is it relevant? Is my goal relevant to my purpose? And then the last one is it should be time bound. Then we went further to talk about your having a strong desire to achieve your goal, that having the desire to achieve your goal. We talked about you having the skill set that will help you in the actualization of your goals. And then we talk about faith and believing in yourself that you listening to me right now can actually achieve this goal of yours. So those are some of the things that we've discussed. And then along the line also, we talked about you writing a list of your goals, the practical aspect. Can you write out a list of 10 goals you want to achieve this year? And this is where I want to assist you in doing that. Number one, you want to look at 2 areas of your health that you are interested in. Which 2 areas do you need in your life? Write that goal. 2 areas in your finances. What do you want to achieve financially? Can you write it down? And concerning your children, what are the things you want to achieve concerning your children in this year? Write it down. Then, spiritually, what are the things you want to achieve? Just 2 major ones, write it down. Then, fifth, you look at in business, in career, what are the 2 things you want to do? If you're able to write these 5 categories, you will have written about 10 goals already. Now, out of these 10 goals, you have to look at which one, if given the opportunity, something maybe the Almighty appears to you now and say, pick 1 or 2 of these goals. Which one do you want to be answered immediately? Then that becomes your number 1 priority goal. That is the one you need to focus on. That's the one you need to start working with. Some people will say, do the simple things first. Most of the time, when you start with the simple thing, the time has gone before you get to the core thing. There is always a door that leads to other doors. There's a door that leads to the other door. Why don't you look for the key that leads to the main door that will give you access to the other doors? Okay, that is you setting your goals. So you can pay attention to what matters to you in life. Life is too short just to be doing trial and error and moving around life like that. All right. So that is that's on one part. You setting those 10 goals and prioritizing the goals. Now, today our focus will be what are those things that you actually need to do to make sure that your goal is achieved. What are those things? There are 5 things. They are categorized into 5 processes that you need to do to ensure that your goal is achieved. I'm going to try to share my screen with you so that you can, let's identify those things. Just a minute, please. Let me see to share the screen with you on this. Importantly, that we don't just want to, I'm setting goal. After this 90 days, what have I been able to do? Okay. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I term them The 5 vital ingredients to achieve any goal. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention to these areas. If you can control this, any man that can control this aspect, you will achieve any goal that you set for yourself. Now, number 1 is the goal itself. You must write out your goal. You know, a lot of us say, I have it in my head. I'm thinking, I have it in my head. There's a difference between writing and what you have in your head. What is in your head is, I can still term it as something that is still spiritual. But what comes to manifestation is the physical. When you take up your pen and you are able to write down, you have brought the spiritual into the physical. You have brought the spiritual, you are in a physical world, so you need to operate within the physical world. So you bring that thing that is, so to speak, virtual or spiritual into the physical by the act of writing. So your goals, following every other thing. And by the way, if you are yet to subscribe to the channel, go subscribe so that you can get notification for other meetings. Just like this is actually like a makeup class for the class of today. So if you are not subscribed, you might not necessarily get the notification. So, and this is important. So make sure you subscribe and please share it amongst your friends. That's one of the goals we want to achieve on this platform. So now we're talking about these goals. Write it down. That's why I say write the vision, make it plain. The vision, the vision is one thing, the goal is another thing. Goals are embedded in your vision. Now, after doing this, I told you one of the things you have to do, your health area, your finances, with your children or family, then spiritual, and then your career goal. Those 5 areas, write them down, and begin to work towards them. Now, the second level, the second thing that you need to do, and you have to, because I take it, I categorize it as one step. These 3 things I'm going to mention. The first one is strategy. The second is tactics. And the third is process. S plus T plus P. The strategy is, what do you need to do to achieve these goals? What do you, I want to 5x my salary, my income, my annual income. If my annual income is 10,000, 10 million naira or whatsoever, I want to 5x, I want to 2x. That's, I want to times 2. Maybe monthly, you are currently earning 1 million naira. You want to earn 2 million naira by the end of this year. Now, the thing is this, you have to look at, what are you going to do? What strategy? What will you be doing to get to times 2 of your salary? Of course, you can't do of your income, not necessarily salary. You can't continue doing what you did in the last 2 years that gave you the same level of salary or income. You can't continue doing it in the new year and expect times 2. Or you go and be praying that, God, I want times 2. No. What is the strategy? What will you be doing? Then the T is the tactics. When you identify what you will be doing, the next thing is, how will you do it? How will you do it? Do you need to get it online? Do you need to work offline? Do you need to get another job? How will you be doing it? In conjunction with what you are currently doing. So the tactics, how? I said the strategy is what, the tactics is how, and then the P, which is the process. Now you need to have a plan. A plan. They say he who fails to plan has planned to fail. The most beautiful idea can be destroyed by poor planning. That's why we use the 5 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. Proper planning prevents poor performance. So you have to have that understanding. And these are principles that work for you wherever you are in the world. So your goals, the goals you want to achieve. And now still talking about the goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to note something. Don't take small goals. Don't allow your current your current situation, to determine your reality. One of the biggest mistakes that men have made in the world and why we achieve little goals is we use our current situation to determine our reality. And people put a kind of limit on you. You cannot do beyond this. Oh, if you are doing this, you are just doing too much of yourself. Oh, you are just you are doing past yourself. That's like in the Nigerian parlance. They say you too they do pass yourself. Who measured it? Who determines what you can do or what you cannot do? Who determines it? So you don't allow anybody to measure you by who you are or by the situation that you are currently. So you begin to look at what am I able to do? Ladies and gentlemen, if you can conceive it, you believe it, you can achieve it. It's just a process. Can you conceive it? Can you conceive? Presently, your present income is maybe $500,000, $2,000 monthly, $3,000 monthly. Can you conceive $10,000 monthly? If you can conceive it, you believe it, you can achieve it. You can achieve it. The only thing is, what strategy am I going to put in place to do this? Men have changed strategies and have achieved greatness in life. The tactics, the plan, the process. But when you limit yourself based on where you are, your geographical location, your current financial situation, you use it to determine. If that is the situation, then men would never have flown. There will be no plane to fly today. If men have limited themselves to their thinking, oh, I'm communicating to you across the world, why and how? Some people went off their thinking. They went beyond limitations. Never you allow your current situation to determine your reality. That which you have thought about. Let me not excite you. You know, when there was a time the children of men said they were going to build a house to get to heaven, to get to heaven. And they started doing it. You don't plant something and you sit down. They started doing it. And when God came down, God was looking at them and he said, come, these guys, they've planned to do this. And because they have imagined it in their heart, nothing can stop them. When I read that part of the scriptures, I began to tell myself, say nothing. That means he himself, as God, cannot stop them. Because he gave them, because these people are created in the likeness of God, and the power that God has is to create. He said nothing can stop them. And the only thing he could do to stop them was just to scatter their language. So what is it that you have in your mind? If you can get the strategy, the tactics, and the process. Now, these two that I've mentioned are within what we have been discussing. But there's one more important thing that you need to do to achieve any goal in life. And that is what we call habits. Habits. There are success habits that you imbibe that will lead you to success. And there are some habits that you have that will lead you to failure. One of the things that has made men not to be able to achieve their ultimate goals in life is their habits. You could have very beautiful goals written down. You could have different affirmations that you are making. But if the habits that you have that has brought you to what has brought you to where you are today is the habits that you have imbibed. And what will take you away or take you to a higher level are the new habits that you carry, that you're going to take up. So when you talk of habits, those things that you are always doing, they have just formed part of you, consciously or unconsciously. Your habits have formed your characters and things. It's just everything about you. Oh, none of the things you wake up in the morning is just habitual for you. That as you are waking up, as you are opening your eyes, your first thing your hands is going to your phone. You want to check your mail, you want to check the social media and things. So for the first 30 minutes of the day, you are browsing, checking something, I don't know what. It's just, and then you ask yourself after that, what have I, What have I gained in this? Now, ladies and gentlemen, habits critical for you for success. You must first of all understand, because I won't just highlight it. I have to show you, if you are to change certain habits, you have to do it in some certain way. Now, when it comes to habits, there's what we call the trigger. There's what we call the trigger, and then there's what we call the routine, and then there's what we call the reward. For every habit, there's a trigger, there's a routine, and there's a reward. The trigger, what is the trigger? I wake up in the morning. So the trigger is waking up. Of course, you can't control the trigger most of the time. You can't control your desire to have something may not be controlled. I want to go have drink outside there. It may not be the trigger. Why do you want to? Having the drink is not the issue. What is making you to go have a drink? I want to have a cigar. I want to go smoke. Now, smoking is not the issue. But what is it that makes you, what is it that triggers you to want to smoke? I want to have a coffee. What is it that triggers your appetite for coffee? So the trigger, that is one key thing if you want to change a bad process in your life or a process that you are not comfortable with. That is one key thing you need to identify, the trigger. Now, the routine is what you now actually do. The routine, every time if I'm stressed up, I want to take a cup of coffee. That is the routine. It now becomes habitual. When I'm stressed, I want to take a cup of coffee. I want to smoke. I want to watch videos. I want to play game. And that is the routine. The trigger may not be changed, but the routine is what you want to address. Now, what is the reward when you take that routine? Oh, after smoking, I feel satisfied. After the coffee, my brain cools down. After, that is the reward. So what we need to do now is, can we address the routine? That same thing has kept you for many years doing some certain things some certain way. You now want to change it. Can we change the routine? What you need to do is, what if you are not doing this? What will you do that will give you the same satisfaction, that will give the same reward? What other positive thing can you do? If I want to relax and I feel the way I relax, now the trigger is, every weekend after working 9 to 5 on the job, I get home, I want to relax myself and things. What do I do to relax? I watch movies. And what do I feel? I feel, yes, it's a great weekend and things. Now, is that rewarding me in any way? Fine, it's rewarding me. But the thing is, can I replace it with some positive attitude, with some positivity that can help me to align with the goals that I have set? So what you are going to be replacing those things are those things because you have to identify what are the habits that one needs to have to reach this goal. So once I can identify that habit, now I want to be replacing my old habit with this so that I can have that same level of satisfaction. Maybe one of the things that you want to do to use as a new trigger. Let me take the habit of you reading your goals. Most of the time, when we write our goals, you just write it and put it in a book till the end of the year. That's when you are looking and you say, I've not achieved it. If you form another new habit, when you wake up in the morning, instead of going through the phone, you imbibe the habit of picking up those goals that you wrote down for yourself and you read them aloud to yourself. If you watch the previous videos, I explained how to write your goals. That write it in the present tense. If my goal is to X times 5 my income, maybe to make $10,000 monthly this year. So I'm going to be writing, part of my financial goals is I am earning $10,000 by December 2025. Now, I am earning. I am is one of the most powerful words in the universe. I am. and you want to put your goal in the present continuous term. I am earning. It's not I am going to be earning or I am planning to be earning. I am earning. Your subconscious mind, like I explained, does not know yesterday. It does not, it knows now. So what you are doing is you are programming your mind to it. You know why it's important? When I write I am earning $10,000 monthly by December, as at December, I've put it in the current time. Let me bring let me just illustrate something to you so that you see how powerful this concept is. If in your mind you say, I will buy one day, I will buy a car, maybe cheap and things like that, you have it in your mind. Do you know that it's a different thing when you seems to have the money? I say, I want to buy a Benz. I want to buy a Benz, a Benz Jeep 450 ML or something, white. Have you noticed something? The moment you have made up your mind on that particular card you want to buy, that car, once you are driving in town, you will notice something. You will be seeing that car as if they just started producing that car. That car will be going once you that's the kind of car I said I wanted to buy. That's the kind of car. And it seems everybody is just having it. Was it that it wasn't existing before? It was existing. But because your subconscious mind has not programmed it in, the moment it programs it in, you begin to see it. The same thing with your goal. The moment you begin to read your goal, I am earning $25,000 monthly by December. I am earning. So by the time you put that, your subconscious mind is taking it. I am saving 10,000. I am saving 10,000 naira monthly for my children. This, you put it there. I am saving. You want to create a savings account and what you call your emergency reserve fund. You put it there. I am saving 10,000 naira monthly for my children's financial future. I am saving, not I am going to be saving. No, I am saving 10,000 naira monthly for my children's financial future. I am saving 100,000 naira monthly for my children's financial future. So you put it, now you begin to, can you take the habit of reading that list? I am losing 5 kg with the current activities that I am doing. Now, that is your goal is to lose 5 kg. So you say, I am losing. I am. So with the current activity, because you are putting it in the present time, it makes you to work. So you wake up in the morning and you read this to yourself. It activates your mind to continue. Your mind will be open to your goals. I hope you get it. If you are just getting it, you can just put it in the comments there. Just type it in the comments. I get it. I'm telling you, this is one major area that has made people not to achieve their goal quickly because of our time. The next thing that is what you call your beliefs. Now, this is another critical aspect. This is another critical aspect as far as achieving your goals is concerned. Your beliefs. Your belief. What is your belief system? What do you believe? Now, when we talk about beliefs, there are 2 kinds of belief. We have the explicit and the implicit beliefs. Explicit is, somebody tells you, you can make 1 million, you can make $1 million this year. Do you believe it? You say, yes, I believe it. I believe it. You can build a new house this year. Yes, I believe it. About 5 of us are gathered as you are listening to this, and I tell you that you can build. Do you believe that you can build a house this year? You're going to tell me, yes, I believe I can do it. I believe. Yes, I believe. That is what we call explicit. But there's the aspect we call the implicit belief. The implicit belief is when you are on your own, when you are real to yourself, when you are true to yourself. And that's where you begin to think, $10,000 monthly? I'm not even making $1,000 yet. 10,000. Oh boy, you better tell yourself the truth. If you can even maintain this 1,000, you are lucky. And things. And your mind begins to play a trick on you. Your implicit belief. What qualification do you have that will make you to earn 1,000 to earn 10,000? Who are you? You are just new in this city. You are just new in this town. What have people before you have done better than you, better things? Is it you that is it the kind of you that we are talking? Well, I'm sorry. Is it the kind of you that you are talking that we do this? You now begin to look. In my family, who has ever ended before? My father, my mother, my brother, my sister. Wow. Maybe it's difficult. Maybe it's not easy anyway. Well, let me give it a try. What have you started doing? Your implicit belief has started affecting you. Now, that implicit belief, it's what leads to your habits. That implicit belief, if you don't, so if you have you have a mind of earning $10,000 monthly, and your activity is currently on 1,000, your belief level, what you believe of yourself is $1,000. There's a gap of about $9,000 there. So you have to work and see yourself as somebody who is capable and worthy of earning that $10,000. The vibration, you must get your vibration to that level where you see yourself that this is possible. Yeah, even if nobody has achieved it before. Somebody said, nobody has fought this guy before. But one guy said, I can fight him. Is the Goliath? Who is he? Is he not human being? I can do it. You must believe in yourself. You must believe. And you know the funny thing? He said, all things. All. Well, I don't know what is not in all. I don't know your own definition of all. He said, all. Oh my God. It just tells me that we are limiting ourselves a great deal. When it says all things are possible to him that believes. Him that believes. It's not the righteous man that believes. It is not the holy man that believes. That's why people that are even doing great things in the world and making new discovery, most of them are not even as spiritual as you are. But what they do is they just believe that there's a power out there that is helping them, that's going to help them to achieve their goals. Implicit belief. You need to prime yourself, get yourself to that point. And now, finally, what are those things that will make your belief strong? It's your why. What is your why? Why do you need to achieve this? Why do you need to, when the reason of a thing, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. When you don't know why you are doing a thing, then you will never achieve that thing. So, as an individual, you have to look at what is my why? Why? $10,000 monthly. Why do I need it? Oh, saving 10,000 naira monthly or 50,000 naira monthly for each account of my children. Why is it necessary? Why? Until you are able to give yourself a good why, the how cannot come. Until you have a good why, the how cannot come. I'm living in a rented apartment. Why do I need a house of my own? If you don't tell yourself, if you don't convince yourself on the why, the how will never come. But when you convince yourself, the why, let me tell you this, the why of anything will lead to the how of that thing. Let me give you something. If I tell you, take a jump from a 5-story building, you will look and say, are you crazy? Why should I jump from a 5-story building? Why? I'm not mad. I'm not going to do that. But let's say the same 5-story building, but this time around, there's fire. There's fire on the staircase. There's fire on the hallway, and the fire is booming into your house, into your own room. And then you look at the only escape route is the window, which is going downstairs. What do you think you probably do? The fire is coming near to you, and you look at it. You won't say how. You won't be asking yourself, "How am I going to jump?" No. The how does not matter. The next thing you are doing, you are jumping out. A woman is coming from the market. She has her children with her, and then she got to the house. The house is burning. Oh, everybody, please come and help me. Come and help me. My house is burning. And this. But if this woman left the house, her children were sleeping in the house when she left. Now she's coming back. The house is on fire. Oh my God, I'm sure it's going to take everybody and anybody to hold that woman back, not to enter into that fire. Reason, why? Is it not the same house, the same fire, but the why is different? So, ladies and gentlemen, when you write your goals, one of the things I want you to do right now is write a why. Why do I need to achieve this goal? Why do I need to achieve this goal? The stronger the why, the more the chances of you reaching that goal. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that with this, you've been able to get one or two things. I want you to work on yourself. Over the weekend, sit down and do this process. Let's work it together. I'm in the process myself. I'm working the process myself. What I'm doing today, I'm doing it because I have a goal. So, and I have laid out some processes that I need to follow. I set my strategy, the tactics, and the process. This is part of it. So, and I'm working my plan. Guys, let's work our plans. Set the goal. Don't allow other people's opinion to determine your reality. You can do it. If there's nobody that believes you, let me tell you something. I believe you. So, thank you very much. Please click like and share this video with people that you know they deserve to listen to this. It's important that people get to know, and ask them to subscribe, because we are on a 90 days journey teaching people financial intelligence for smart parents for the financial future of their children. Along the line, you are going to learn so much. 7 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. West African time, GMT +1 is the time. If you don't catch it up, if you don't catch up with us on live, you can always watch the recording. I want to say a big thank you for being part of the process today. I hope to see you at the next training session. Enjoy a wonderful day. Bye-bye.